This video will show you how I determine the boost level on the micro educator from eCollar Technologies. Howdy, I'm Al the Dog Trainer. This channel is your resource for raising a happy and reliable dog. It's my hope that this channel will help you improve your relationship with your dog. You're going to be able to find how-to videos, virtual reality videos, my question and answer show, as well as daily dog training tips. If you find this video useful, please like it, and if you want to stay up to date with everything that I have going on, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. If you own or you are interested in one of the remote collars from eCollar Technologies, then this video is for you. I'm going to be showing you how I determine the boost level and its effectiveness, otherwise known as the red S on the micro educator, the mini educator, the educator, and the boss. If you haven't already gone through the process of fitting the remote collar properly on your dog, finding the working level, conditioning the working level, then you should not proceed with this step until you have done so. I'm going to leave you a link down in the description below to my playlist that will walk you through how to properly condition your remote collar, as well as some of the technical aspects to using a remote collar. So with that said, here's Elvis. So here he's going to probably come off. I might tempt him a little bit to see if he does. Go to your bed. So I pressed it. He can feel it. I'm still on it, off. And so now I move away a little bit from him. Cool, I'm watching him. And pressed it, go to your bed. And then I let go. So I'm gonna give him 4 or 5 of those so that way he can tell, like, oh, he can touch me right away. So I'm watching his feet. I've got my finger lightly over the button. I'm not pressing it or anything. You found something, huh, buddy? With that big old nose, you press it, go to your bed. Okay? Still on. And so that's going to help him. That's going to help him understand that, oh, you can touch me right away. That's a good boy, buddy. That's a good boy. Okay. The thing is you have to have it here. And I always encourage people to be ready. Run drills. Prepare yourself for a few minutes to really teach your dog what it means. Don't try to do it, in the spur of the moment, because we're not that fast. Go to your bed. But you can see now how it's starting to have a little bit of effect right there. Yeah. Like he came off and I was able to touch him. I'm going to give him a little bit different touch next time. I'm going to use the red button because I'm kind of curious at a level 11 what's it going to do. Yeah. It's not so much. It's not super high. It's 11% of the collar, which is relatively mild. But I do want to see if it has any kind of stopping power for the dog. What you'll find about remote collar training is that as the dog, as the environment gets more, go to your bed, and then I turn it off. As the dog gets more adrenalized because the environment gets more exciting, then the dog needs higher levels of the remote. But drills help you keep the levels humanely low, so that way he can understand how to deal with it. Because one piece of feedback that I get regularly is, "Al, my dog doesn't need the remote collar so much." I'm like, I know he doesn't need it. You need to use it in the mundane situations of day to day, so that way when you actually arrive in the situations that are hard, it's useful because he knows what it means. As opposed to it being like a, brute force, what you're trying to help the dog's like, oh, I'm doing something and I feel this pressure, and I know that if I do the thing that my owner tells me, this pressure will go away, and it's very useful. And so you can avoid doing higher level remote collar work. Good boy, buddy. And so there, he kept a hold of himself, and so he gets the reward. I'm not going to tell you no, don't use the red button, but it's such little of what you should do, you drill that. Okay, questions?
So what did he do when you hit the red button?
Well, like the first time he came off twice. So the first time he slowed down, he was like, oh, but he stopped like right there. So that would be considered stopping power. He did not continue to move forward. And then what happened was I began to move towards the dog, and that puts pressure on him because that's me moving towards him, and he got back on. And he got back on. So in the moment you saw that, hey, that had stopping power. But the other thing that it has is, does it have a punishing effect? Good boy. And so there, you see what I did, how I got down, and his response was to not come off. That means that we are beginning to eliminate the act of coming off because he doesn't want what happens when it does. So now what I did is to directly work in conjunction with that, is I rewarded him for the opposite decision, and that makes the dog make better choices. Good boy, buddy. Okay. And so that can be real. So as I'm doing this, I'm kind of dual-minded. I come down, I let the dog make a decision, and my fingers over the button, and then when I like what I see, I talk first. Good boy. I reach second. And then feed and pet, right? Good boy. But at the same time, my brain is ready to let him make the mistake, press the button, give the command, he does it, I release. And so you have to be ready, and that's why drills are important. You have to be ready to say, which one am I going to use to help him to understand what the best outcome is. So one more for me. Good boy. Good man. Yeah, you're a good boy, buddy. Good dog. So here's what I wanted you to get out of that video. When your dog comes off of their place, I want you to be prepared to hit the red S. So you're gonna press and hold the red S, then you're gonna say, go to your bed, help your dog get back onto the bed. When their last foot gets on there, release the button. Now, the next time you present the distraction like I did in the video where I got down, okay, I got down, your dog stays on the bed, say good dog, then reach into your treat pouch, walk over and dispense your food, your petting, and your praise. I think this step is really the most important one because it's gonna be the one that's gonna build up that habit for your dog learning to stay on the bed. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you found it useful, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you wanna stay up to date with everything that I've got going on, please be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell. Have a great day.